Hey there guys, I just want to take a quick moment. Like I told you guys, I read the comments, I look through the comments, but it is really hard. It's something I don't know how to answer them, and if I answer somebody's question, only that person may look. A lot of times people may not go back and look at the answer they got. So I figure it's easier to take time and we're gonna get some questions asked to me, and then I can answer them here so everybody can hear what my questions or answers are to your question. Question number one, how is it going? You know, I really can't complain, but I still complain, but I'm not gonna complain because I'm not a complainer. Everything's going pretty good. It's been a busy summer, busy spring, and it just seems like sometimes, and you all know how it is, when one person wants you here and somebody else wants you there, and sometimes you gotta make decisions. But just remember, when they're trying to pull you all over the place, don't try to please everybody by what they want to hear. Do I raise any livestock? Years ago, we did raise a lot of hogs and stuff. I mean, for us, there were a lot of hogs. We always kept around 2,000 head on the place at all times, but the buildings were old and we finally got out of it. So we do not raise any livestock anymore. What was your favorite show back in the day? Well, I'm kind of thinking like, probably when I was in school, high school and stuff, we never really watched much TV. We really didn't. We came home, ate a snack, and off we went. So this is probably gonna seem a little crazy, but a lot of times when we got home, right after school, we'd eat a sandwich and stuff before we went out to work. And a lot of times it was the show called Fonzie, Happy Days. And the other one was, a lot of times, depending on what time we got home, Gilligan Island was just starting. Do you plan on having any more kids? We got grandkids here. Myself, no. Me and Mama Cornstar are not going to have any more kids. We'll enjoy the grandkids. That's probably more fun than trying to have our own. What is your favorite tractor? You know, I think it's our 4840 John Deere tractor, and the reason I say that, when I was a little boy, like 5, 6 years old, my uncle baled a lot of hay and I always got to run their, it was a 4430, but basically the same thing. I grew up in that little tractor and drove it a lot, and just when I drive the 4840 little John Deere tractor, it just brings back a lot of childhood memories. What is my biggest farming mistake? This happened and I still remember it, and I remember the outcome of it. I was probably 6, 7 years old and come home from school, and my dad said, hey, can you go out in the field and cultivate this field so I can plant it tomorrow? And I'm planting so-and-so. It was a 100-acre field, so I jumped on the little tractor with a little field cultivator and headed to the field, and I was so proud. I was out there field cultivating it and got done, and everything went good, and went to school the next day, and I come home and my dad says, can I ask, were you field cultivated yesterday? And I told him, and he goes, oh. And I'm like, what's the matter? And he goes, you did the wrong field. And I go, oh, well, I needed to do that one anyhow. And he goes, I already had it planted into corn. How old was I when I bought my first farm? And I remember it well. It was 80 acres that hooked onto one of my dad's farms, and I took out a beginner farmer loan on it, and I was a senior in high school. I think I was actually I might have been in 11th grade, but it was one of them deals that it was, so anyhow, we bought it, and they announced it on the speaker at school, and that was my very first farm, and I thought, oh my God, it was scary, but I was a senior in high school. Well, you guys are wondering, I've had a lot of people ask, how's my health journey going and stuff? Well, as you know, I lost 30 pounds, and that was from laying off a lot of my junk food and stuff. And then to find healthy snack food is really hard. So finding healthy snacks is really hard. But I want to thank Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. If you are new to Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store, and it is delivered directly to your door. The great thing is you can skip the store and save time by just ordering online. One unique thing with Thrive Market is too, you can buy things based off of your own diet. Like here, it's really easy, simple. My daughter is gluten-free, so we just was able to order graham crackers, and when we have bonfires and stuff, we have gluten-free graham crackers for her. And if you're interested in cleaning up your diet, Thrive Market is the perfect place to do it. They have alternatives to every one of your snacks. For like me, potato chips is one of my snacks, but these are healthy for me compared to the ones that we buy at the local grocery store. So we ended up ordering like spaghetti, chicken noodle soup, salsa. Not only can we get all the groceries that we need that are healthy, you can get like soap, and I always carry a thing of floss in my pocket. So I mean, the list just goes on and on and on, and you can get on their webpage and check everything out and order what you guys want to order. They guarantee the lowest price, and they will even match the price if you find a cheaper price somewhere else. It is convenient, and they offer high quality foods, and they offer free shipping over $50. Go to thrivemarket.com/Daddy Cornstar to get 30% off your first order, and if you join, you'll get a free gift. Has there ever been any jealousy between my boys on things running on the farm? I remember that one well, and this has been quite a few years ago. Boys were very little, probably 5 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, somewhere in that range. Cooper's the younger one, Cole's the older boy. But we had one little tractor, our little Case tractor, and we had a little 674 grain cart, don't matter, but we had a little grain cart to follow the combine around. Both boys always wanted to drive it, and they would bicker, and I'm gonna drive it, and I'm gonna drive it, and they both were really good at their job. So one day my dad says, you know what? We'll just go out and buy another tractor and another cart. There you go. DC, do you think you guys will ever build a new shop or your long machine shed? Will you put an overhead door on it? I know we've talked about both. Eventually, someday, and this may be many years down the road, we really would like a bigger shop for a little more room to work. As you guys know, equipment's getting bigger, but something talking down the road, and I'm hoping in the next year or so to get an overhead door on our big machine shed. It's always a pain in the to open and close them doors, where it'd be nice to come in, push a button with the tractor, and the door opens, and you close it and you walk away. Where do we see the farm going in the next 10 years is the question. Well, I'm hoping to see a little growth, I guess, you know, with Cooper and Cole and us, and I'm hoping we can expand a little more if everything works out. But the main thing is, if we can stay steady where we are and do a really, really good job on our crops, try to grow that way too. And the reason I say grow that way too, sometimes if you take what you got and try to improve your yields or tighten your belt in different areas, that is expanding too. So how are the crops looking this year? You know, we got out there early, got things planted, beautiful takeoff. Right now, and I say this with my fingers crossed, everything looks good. And every year, sometimes things come through and you think, oh no, I lost my crop 10 times. Oh, it's a bin buster 10 times, we think. But we never know till we close the lid on the bin after we got the crops out in the fall time. But as right now, things look really, really, I think, very good. Do I have my CDL? I do have my semi-license and stuff because I have to be legal, and I want to be legal when I'm driving around. So I do have my license to run the semi. Have I always lived on a farm? Yes, I have. My dad was actually born in the farmhouse that Cole is fixing up, and my dad died in the house. I have lived on the farm all my life, and I got to be honest, that is one of my fears. And I don't want to live in town. It's just, I'm so used to the country and out here in the open. So, question answered, I have always lived in the country. DC, what would you do with a life supply of Heinz ketchup and a life supply of chocolate milk. First thing is, chocolate milk, I'd be drinking it all the time because I love chocolate milk. I do love chocolate milk. And Heinz ketchup, I probably eat it all the meals. I probably do eat it all the meals, but. Am I ready for Cole and his wife to move into their new house? I was ready before they moved into our house. No, well, I mean this in a nice way. Yes, we are ready for them to move in their house and stuff, if that day ever comes, which it will. And I mean that by, they're young, they should have their own little house to live in, to raise their kids and stuff, but it's such a blessing, and I really mean this. Neva, the daughter-in-law, she is fantastic. I mean, she is fantastic. They're little kids, little Eddie and Zeke. We are so blessed, so happy to have them. It's been such a joy. But I know when they move into their house, they're just a couple minutes down the road from us. We'll be with them all the time. So, yes, I'm ready for them to have their own house where they can raise and have their privacy and vice versa. But till that day comes, we are very, very glad that we have the honor to be there with them. What is my favorite part of being a grandpa? You know, when the first person came up to me and says, "Congratulations, Grandpa," and this was 2.5 years ago, "Congratulations, Grandpa," it kind of hit me that first day like, I'm not ready to be a grandpa. I'm too young to be a grandpa. But then, you know, a couple days in this and you're holding the little ones, it is such an honor. But I think one of the neat things here is, you know, with the little boys living with us, I get to spoil them. I get to teach them things that maybe they shouldn't be doing. Like when we sit down and drink, I like to take my glass, and when we're done, we go, ah. The little boys are starting to copy me. It's fantastic. It's going to be something they'll remember me forever. They're trying to teach them Spanish also, so agua, I think it is, for water. I got the little boys saying, "Hog water, hog water." So it's just fun to watch the little boogers grow, and when you sit down, they climb all over you. "I love you, Grandpa." They love Grandma, and you know, everybody in our household, they're such little fun little kids. So just being a grandpa, honor. How many Mountain Dews a day keeps the doctor away? Tell you what, we had to cut back. Me and Cooper, we were going through Mountain Dew like it was candy on a hanging tree. We used to probably, I should say me, I was probably there for a spell going through, I hate to say it, 4 to 6 Mountain Dews a day, but probably a year ago or a little better, reality hit to me and it's like, this ain't good for me. So I still like my Mountain Dew, but maybe more on the line of 1 a month now, but it helped keep the doctor away. Hey, I just wanted to end the note too, guys. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers, and that's just woohoo, knocks me out of the world. So please don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, whatever, and it'd just be so cool to get that little plaque of 100,000 from YouTube. But some of that stuff does not worry me whatsoever. I got you guys, and it's an honor. But I want to call this the end of the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And you guys know how much you mean to me. And don't forget, when you see me, come up, give me a high five, shake my hand, whatever. You guys mean the world to me. Talk to you on the next one.